the game between Gukesh and Fabi because Fabi is in big trouble. Whoa.
Fabiano here with black. It's level material, but he has doubled F-pawns, and white has a very fluid center. Pawn to d5, a huge threat to blow open the center. The black queen vulnerable, positionally dominant for Gukesh. Fabi ignores anything in the center.
I think the threat that you pointed out was going to be followed up by g4 as well, trapping that bishop eventually, so it needed to be stopped. Fabi with h5 takes control of at least white not advancing that pawn.
This has all gone wrong. Even if Gukesh doesn't have an immediate knockout, even if he just kind of moves his bishop back, pushes a pawn, Fabi's going to be suffering long term. Just poor pawn structure here. Normally I love this kind of doubled f-pawn. It keeps the black king safe, but here you don't have any influence over the center.
I love the idea of just moving the bishop out of the way, pin that bishop on e6, go bishop d3, take the f5 square or f1, take the f5 square under control, go d5 next. Big questions for Fabi to answer.
7 minutes against under 4 minutes in this one.
Oof. And so many of white's pieces can just come into the game. You can see knight e4 is coming, d5 is coming. Everything is making their way towards the black king.
I'd play bishop d3 here. I love that idea that you mentioned, David.
Yeah, bishop d3. I would be tempted to play d5, but then again, it does give the black knight the c5 square if there's no immediate knockout. I was going to say Gukesh, he's so direct.
Oh, he does combine the two ideas.
And now we have triple pawns on the board.
First time at Norway Chess?
Perhaps.
Tower of Terror. The f-pawns.
Oh,
it's like a totem pole.
It really is, right? With the queen at the head there, and you've got an entire traffic jam with two majors and three pawns on the same line. Yeah, but this is a very unhappy structure. Now, a rook lift, rook f3 idea, rook g3, rook h3.
Maybe now Fabi can just centralize the knight, put it on e5 and hope, and it is just a wild hope that there's some bishop takes knight being played. But that's what Fabi does.
That's it. I think that's a great defensive move.
Great move. Great shout. And Gukesh is going to remove that knight. He was about to take it, just judging by the hand movement there, but yeah, at least that corrects the black pawn structure. You will win the f-pawn in the process. I think that's the justification. White is going to slide the rook to f3 if he removes that knight.
But there might be a queen d4 at the end attacking the rook on a1 as well, so it's really not that clear if he takes it, and he does! Rook f3? Does Fabi centralize the queen on d4?
He will. I think he will. And the white rook hit. If the white knight moves, then the black queen can slide back to e4 and save the pawn.
It's game on.
Game on.
It's not over yet.
Fabi hits the rook. Will the white rook move, or will he defend it with his knight?
And Fabi needs only a draw, right? So the queen trade works to his advantage perfectly if the knight gets out of the way. I think Gukesh wants to keep the queens on the board. I think he's going to move the rook to the central line.
It makes a lot of sense, right? You're still attacking the pawn on f5. If you can encourage that pawn to go forward, well, at least you're getting some squares for the knight to jump into. And he moves the rook, eyeballing the queen.
And the f5 pawn hanging. Can you go e4 here? Rook takes pawn. e3, what happens there?
d6 seems to be killing the game, but rook g5 is tempting as well. A check and rook d6.
He offers the rook trade to get rid of the black rook that was guarding the h6
Now queen
square.
b2 is overload on overload, yeah.
Oh,
Beautiful pattern there.
oh, he did not spot that. Gukesh does spot queen to b2 and the swing of the queen in black's heartland. Queen h8 is coming. This is over. It's game over. Fabiano knows it, Gukesh knows it. We see a relaxation, slight relaxation.
And
from
now
Gukesh.
queen d8 check.
h8,
Queen h8, sorry, and rook takes e6.
rook takes e6 after king to e7. Where's the killing blow? King takes e6, let's say. Queen h6, he's looking for it. Look at him. Scouting
You know what's
the board right now.
yeah, rook e6, queen e6, queen h8.
Rook takes e6 first.
Yeah, queen h8.
Queen h8 will
You have
be
to go king e7, and then queen g7, queen g5. Yeah, that's winning.
Queen g7, Queen g5, and that's going to seal the deal.
I mean, it's surprisingly hard to actually put this away, but oh, I know. Even king e7, queen h7 is cute because if you go queen f7, I capture on e4.
Queen h7, yes, and that's
and
another
that's
pawn.
even stronger. So
Again, a menu of options, and very good options for black. Hopeless for Fabiano, but Gukesh still needs to finish
he's gone
the
to
job.
e7, so now queen g7, queen g5. He'll have to go out to e6, and then what? So he's going to f8 now. Knight e5 back.
Rook d5, rook f5 is also a way.
Knight e5.
Knight e5 is a very convincing way to finish the job. I like knight e5. In the middle of the board, you cannot touch that knight because of queen takes d8, which finishes the job. Yep.
He goes for it. This is it. This could be a resignation moment for Fabiano. Everything is collapsing.
Overwhelming position for the world champion Gukesh right now. Fabi with only 20 seconds. Try his last
This is
shot.
a nice moment to queen f4 is just simple. Yeah, I don't even need to work hard. Queen f4 and then something strong.
Yes, queen f4 is... Yeah, there's so many ways to finish this one. He's still trying to be precise, which I like. Rook d6.
Wow!
That's
What
fancy.
a move! Hanging the rook on purpose because the bishop is guarding the black rook.
That is fancy. That is a fancy way to finish the job. And a good way to finish the job. Yeah, I think we're going to see the resignation right now.
Black only has a check on the back rank, after which the king will hide on the edge of the board.
Wait,
Fabiano
rook
pushing the
f6.
pawn. Rook f6
And queen
check.
g7, yeah. That's
Could
it.
have been checkmate if Fabiano wanted to allow it, but what a game! Birthday boy, reigning world champion Gukesh D surviving a difficult position in classical chess earlier against Fabiano and now winning in Armageddon. What a turn of events!
We've seen that story before.